So my name is Publio. I'm the co-founder of Scale Labs, #1 growth partner in Portugal and partner at Ivory World, mental health startup. So most business, in order to grow, they require gasoline, and gasoline can mostly come in two forms: new clients or higher LTVs. Let's say, for the sake of this argument, that we are talking about new clients, so how to get new clients. On this video, I'm going to talk to you about 5 tips or 5 strategies that I have implemented in my own business in order to close more deals and better deals. Before anything, in these past 5 months, I've closed 61K worth of B2B businesses, mostly in the Portuguese market. And I'm going to walk you through all the mistakes and everything that I implemented in order to overcome those mistakes. I still have a lot to learn, but I hope my input is valid for your marathon and it helps you out. So let's get started. So point number 1, selling high tickets. So I used to do the mistake of selling low tickets. Low tickets for me is anything under 1K. It's much harder to sell a low ticket than it is to sell a high ticket. Why? Because when you're selling to someone that simply cannot afford your services, it is so much more time consuming. You can have the best presentation, you can be the best closer, and you can actually solve the best, you can have the better offer. But if they simply cannot afford it, you're going to waste so much time. You're going to need so many meetings to close one client. Versus working with a high ticket, it's much easier because the person or the business, they have the problem, they have the pain, and they just wanted to get solved. So it's much easier to sell a high ticket than it is to sell a low ticket. Also, on top of that, most of the times the low tickets, when they give you the money, they are like, oh, this is everything that I have, please, I need to see results yesterday. So it's very hard to start a relationship like that versus, yeah, I have that problem, let's get started. I'm sure 1 month or 2 months we're gonna get it over with. So personally, I prefer working high tickets. I feel like there's more business maturity there and there's just more juice for me to squeeze. Strategy number 2 is give them a no-brainer offer. So this one I learned with Harmozy and I have ever since applied to all my businesses. When I go to meet with a lead and I want to present to them an offer, I give them the best offer possible. I don't think what's the best offer for me. I think what's the best offer for them. What do I have to prove to them, or what do I have to guarantee that when they finish the meeting, they say, this is a no-brainer, I need to go with Publio. So basically, I like to show all my track record, so everything that I've done with previous clients, and then I give them guarantees of concrete KPIs, and then I say, okay, listen, if we don't hit this, and this, you get your money back. So you're never gonna get worse. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Plus, I also like to offer installment payments in order for there to be no obstacle to working with us. So high guarantees, flexible payment methods, pretty much gets it done. Concrete example, I met with a lead that then turned out to be a client. It was a real estate company. Their commercial department was not working. And then I said, listen, 4 months, we come in, we're gonna solve all these problems for you. We're gonna do this, and this. And then in the end of those 4 months, if we do not achieve everything, we get your money back. So what is there to think about? Actually, yeah, you're right. So we're gonna start working together. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Strategy number 3, structure the close. I used to think that I would just go to the meet and then try to close the client right there. I understand nowadays that's not really how it works, at least in the Portuguese market. Very tough when you're doing a cold outreach to close the client straight away, so you need to structure it. How do I structure my closing? So I structure in 3 meetings. Meeting number 1 is a discovery meeting where a lead sits with someone from my company, make sure it's qualified and understand their pain points. What is their pain points in their business? Then we agenda meet number 2. Meet number 2 is where I go in and then, knowing what their pain point is, I show them the best offer possible to solve their problems. And that's meet number 2. Right there, I try to close the client. If I'm not able to close the client for some reason, I schedule a Q&A. And on the Q&A, he comes back in 2-3 days with all the information that I have provided him with, and hopefully I'll close the deal. I never get out of a meet without scheduling the next meet. If you don't structure your next meeting, you're always going to be on the losing side. Why? Because you're always going to be calling the client, hey, do you have an answer for me? Is there any updates, man? If you've been there, you know that's a pain in the ass. So always structure the next touch point with the lead. Strategy 4, becoming a killer closer. So if personal input was not valid or was not needed to close, we will not need people. We'll just send emails saying it's this amount and then here's the bank payments, done. That's not how it works. I know my services, I know my product better than anyone. I'm the best closer there is, and I have educated myself to become the best closer. Why? I embrace objection handling, and you need to embrace objection handling. I used to, before, if a client or a lead would tell me, I need to think about it, I would tell him, okay, perfect, think about it, we'll talk later. Nowadays, that's not valid. If somebody tells me I need to think about, my first answer is, what do you need to think about? What more information do you need to see from me to understand it is the best decision for your businesses? So what I do in this case is I have an Excel sheet, and every time I have an objection from a client, I write down that objection on the left. And then after the meet, I write down a perfect answer for that objection, and I call it my objection handling sheet. So like that, over time, there's no objection that I don't know how to deal with. And over time, I just become a killer. Right now, I have over 200 objections. Pretty much every lead uses 4 to 5 objections, and I know how to go around it like the palm of my hand. So strategy 5 is a bonus one, is basically if you want to see my own objection handling sheet, the one that I've been using for my business over the past few months, just write down in the comment section objection handling and I'll shoot it to you over. So hopefully that will be useful for your marathon and will help you to close more clients. To finalize, I want to tell you, closing a client, closing a deal is very, very easy once you know you have the best product or the best services. It's very easy for me to give amazing guarantees because I know I'll present the results. And if this is your case that you cannot guarantee results, then you need to work on your products, you need to work on your services, you need to work for excellence. I cannot give guarantees if I have a bullshit service, all right? So work on the quality, make sure you give guarantees, poof, straight away. That's how you walk your marathon. Hope this was useful for you to close more clients, and talk soon.